Hey Kiki, I just watched your video and you talked about and explained some really great points about the guys that you watched on the panel. And I just wanted to touch on the points that you made. So the first one was about flexibility and similar type of performance. So this is when you were talking about the big time game and how there weren't any other big time games that were on the schedule for the Minnesota Golfers. I think it was the football team. It doesn't matter, any sport. You always want to have a couple big time teams that are on schedule. And they were saying that you just want a similar type or somewhat similar type or even a bigger type of performance on the schedule. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I know Alabama has a couple bad teams, especially at the start and right after or right before the Iron Bowl. They have like Northern Illinois, and I don't want to see that, but I've been to every home game where I don't really care who they play. I just like watching football, but you want to see something better than that. And as a result, there's a ticket bundle that was created, which I think is a really good idea to build a really deeper connection with fans, which is important because it's just going to create more revenue for them. And even after a win, the other guy that you mentioned, there's discounted merch after a win. So I think that was from Brian Higgins, who is the senior vice president of the NCAA. And I think that's really cool how you connected that with the Bills, and I think that's pretty cool as well. I wish the Eagles did that as well. And that was a good job how you kind of mentioned that, because I want to see like Alabama do that other than the Chick-fil-A red zone. And I'm going to answer your two questions. The first one, where do you think the line is catering a tailored experience and feeling like a marketer knows too much about you? I could see this being a problem, especially when you receive emails saying, how was your game experience? Here are a few games that you might like based on the game that you attended. I get that a lot from the Philadelphia 76ers, especially after I go to a bunch of games and they're asking if I want to get a bundle for the rest of the season. So, as long as you don't sign up for those email ads, I think that's fine. But, that's kind of where I can answer that question. And what's one aspect of the traditional live sports experience that can't be replicated digitally? And I could go 5 minutes about this question, because the live sports experience, this is going to count. If it doesn't, the NFL Red Zone is just one of a kind. It cannot be on digital mode, because it's 7 hours of, it's not commercial free anymore, but it's all around football for 7 hours. And if you want to pass time and do homework, you watch Red Zone football on a Sunday. So that's one thing that can't be replicated digitally. So I hope you have a great day.